right, so we are following up on our segment here. Um, we're going to deal with some testimonies, but before I left, I did tell you about the origins of love a little bit, that we'd go over that. So this segment is about the origins of love, and what is it that we have to give?
Ah, I see. Well, welcome back. Thank you for joining back in. So, we'll go right into it. What is the origins of love?
That one really touches my heart, that question, because we look at the beginning, and sometimes we just look at it as the beginning, but here was a father at the beginning of the Bible in Genesis who says, let there be light, when he saw the darkness and the state of creation. So really, when we look at love, we're looking at a father who had us on his heart before he even created everything that he created. He already knew what we and how to get to where we needed to be. So love starts at the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. And also, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth was without form and void. So he said, let there be light. That light is that love that he had for us, and he continued on to creation. Everything around us allows us to receive love and also give love. Now obviously that got tainted, so there's some good and evil in it now, but at the beginning it was all good.
All right. Thank you. Amen, brother. Valid point. So, how do you gain your knowledge of health and love for others?
Well, really, that is more of my testimony. When I was a kid, I went through some rough times. I grew up in New Haven. There was a lot of gang activity, drug activity. Drugs hit my home, and there was so many things going on. I ended up in foster care half my life, and during that time, I went to a lot of counselors. So I went to a lot of counselors, and that kind of helped me with mental health. And then after that, I started getting an interest in physical health. So I started working out in high school. I was on a weightlifting team. I was on a football team. And it really helped me to understand the value of stretching and, getting a strong body also. So that's just some of the experiences. It made me want to help others, because when you go through something and then you see someone else going through it, you have this desire sometimes, or compassion, to want to help others to receive the same mental health and physical health.
All right. True statement. So, how did you learn about physical health?
So really that came during high school, but then when I went to the military, I joined the military in 2005, and it was the United States Marine Corps. They have some of the hardest training out of all of the branches, and the longest. So they taught me endurance. They taught me how to be physically fit for the task at hand, for actual life health. So not just to look good, not just to try to pump up and get all ripped, but to actually be able to do life things that you have to do and do the work, physical activity. And so it gave me a different idea of health than I had before. And I felt like, okay, well, I can take this with me. So I continued on, but I had a training accident. My back got injured. When my back got injured, I had to go to physical therapy for over a year and a half.
Oh man, that sounds gruesome.
So they show me all these exercises for the core, and how to actually prevent yourself from having further injuries, and how to prevent yourself from having injuries in general. So I took that with me, and now I had another aspect that was even better than, or I would say comparable to what I learned in the military.
Cool. Hey, that knowledge is power, right? So, what helped you to begin to understand mental health?
So throughout the military, we have psychological evaluations. Obviously, I had a lot of counseling when I was younger also, but what really took me there was when I went through a very difficult time, and I had a divorce, and that really hit me hard, so I went and I did family counseling. So now I got another aspect.
Okay.
Before I was just counseling for me,
Yeah.
but now I had family counseling, parenting counseling, all these different types of counseling. So it kind of opened my heart to other things that we could actually do to help one another as far as mental health goes, and trying to make somebody's day, make somebody happy.
Got you. Cool. Cool. So when did your spiritual journey begin?
Um, that is my favorite part of this whole thing. The spiritual journey was again during the time of my separation. I had just had back surgery from the military. Um, the physical therapy helped, but I still needed to do that, and I did it afterward also. But I had back surgery, separated from the military, just went through a horrible family situation and divorce. So I was leaning on the Lord. The Lord found me. I began to read the Bible. After reading, before I even finished the first time reading the Bible, He started speaking to me in so many ways. He allowed me to realize that so much prayer is needed in the world. So much love is needed in the world. And He called me to action. Start praying for something. Start thinking about something. And as I read the Bible the first time, it gave me powerful revelations and dreams and just things that told me the right direction even for my diet. You know, in Genesis 1:29, it talks about the good diet. How do we know it's good? Because He says in the Word, when He finished on the seventh day, it was very good. Never again does He really say anything like that towards creation after the fall of man. So I started seeing these revelations of, well, this is what God says is good, and this is where we are today. And I began to realize I want to be on His side. I want to be on what is good. I want to work towards what is good. And I focused in on the love that He has for us. And it turned my entire life around. I realized that this is what life is about. This is what I want to do. And so for the last 7 years, more than 7 years now, I've been serving the Lord. I went to His Genesis 1:29 diet, which He says is good. So why do anything else if I already know it's good? So it changed my life. I was pre-diabetic, and all my diabetes or anything I had went away. I went back to the doctors, and they didn't even mention it again. They said nothing about it. So now my blood, everything's clean. I have no issues. A lot of the pain I had has decreased. And this was all from looking at what is good in the Bible. That's what changed my life. This is why I said, you know what? I can't do health without doing Elohim, without doing God, without doing Yahushua. I can't do health without Him. He's the one who showed me that this matters. And if I don't have health and love, then I can't get it.
True statement. Thank you, brother, for sharing your testimony.
All right. So I had a couple questions for you now. Let me see
okay.
what I got here. Hold on.